Hi there, welcome to Boxpred, thanks for tuning in. There is a fight happening here in the UK on Saturday the 21st of January, that's this month, and it is the British Heavyweight title final eliminator, and I want you guys to check this fight out. It sees the unbeaten David Price, he's 11-0, going up against John McDermott with a record of 26 wins, 7 losses. I predict that David Price is going to win this fight, and I think he's going to win it by stoppage. Let's just take a quick look at John McDermott. He's not the most technically sound and technically gifted fighter, okay? And in my opinion, he has come in and not been dedicated to his fitness. Let's just say that in the past he's been, a bit big around the middle and not had sort of the dedication there, really, in my opinion. The type of shape you need to come in if you want to take this whole thing 100% seriously. But I do think that he'll have trained hard for this one. He said in the press conference that he knows this is his last shot, and I think he's trained hard and he's going to be in decent shape for this fight. One thing he is, and he does make up a lot for, is technical frailties, is the fact that he's very tough and durable. He's the type of guy who has a lot of heart. He can be a pain in the ass, and he can always cause the upset. He can always make a good fight of it. Okay, he has power there. He knocked out the then unbeaten Larry Olubamiwo in his last fight in the first round. Larry tried to just come out and take him out quick, get him out of there, decided to trade him, make it a war. McDermott knocked him out. So John McDermott, not to be underestimated. He's had been a bit unfortunate during his career with a few of his losses, but I think he'll be dedicated for this fight, and I think that he could make a decent fight of this, because he is, if he lives up to his potential, he has the ability to be a real pain and can make a real fight of it. Moving on, my main point for this video is because this is a guy I'm very high on, David Price. If you don't know who David Price is, he is, in my opinion, the best prospect, the best prospective heavyweight coming out of the UK right now. Let me put it this way. If you said to me, tomorrow you have to choose any British heavyweight to step in the ring with a Klitschko brother, let's say Vitaly Klitschko for example, who would you choose? Who do you think would have the best chance? And I would not even have to think. I would put David Price in there straight away. And I'm talking, I would put him over Derek Chisora. I would put him in there over Tyson Fury. I would, and I think I've decided this, I would put him in there over David Haye. Now I'm not trying to say David Price is a perfect fighter yet, but I believe he has the physical attributes mixed with enough skill that makes him currently pretty much the best British heavyweight we have, and definitely one to look out for the future, and I think he will be a world champion one day. Now, he is very tall. He's not going to be. He's tall like Tyson Fury's tall, so he's not got size against him like someone like Derek Chisora is going to have when he faces Vitaly. He's a tall guy. He's got good range. He's got the physical attributes that you want when you're looking at a guy to challenge the best in the division. Not only that, but I think he's the closest thing we have to a Klitschko brother in terms of his technique and his skill set. He has a terrific jab. He has quick enough hands that he can throw that jab and come through with a very quick power hand. If you look at his knockout against Tom Dallas in his last fight, it's a very quick, stiff jab right hand, takes Dallas completely out of there. This guy has tremendous power also. He has around 81% knockout ratio. He's had a knockout win in his last 5 fights. Granted, it's not going to be up against the best opposition yet because he's still growing and being, Maloney is promoting him and taking him step by step, taking his time with him as he should be. But still, he's knocking guys out left, right and centre. He moves very well. He's very coordinated for a heavyweight. For a guy of his size, he's very coordinated. Imagine Tyson Fury. Not to be, too harsh on Tyson Fury here. I do quite like Tyson Fury for what he's doing for the sport, being on Channel 5 and things, promoting boxing. And I think he's good. He's going out there and fighting on a regular basis. But imagine a Tyson Fury in a bit better shape and who could actually has good boxing skills, who's coordinated and doesn't, look so awkward in the ring, who has a really great jab he uses all the time. He throws it out, keeps it out there, pumping. Just a guy who looks like he fights like a guy at a lower weight would fight. He doesn't look like he's armed around the ring. He looks like he's fleet of foot. He's quite quick. He's quite good with his foot speed, foot movement around the ring. Not perfect, but I'm saying the potential's there, and this is what he does have, in contrast to guys like Tyson Fury. The one major question we all have, I think, and myself included, over David Price is the question mark over his punch resistance. In the amateurs, he was hurt a couple of times, and this has given him a bit of a reputation for having a bit of a dodgy chin. It hasn't been tested in the pros yet, really, so that all we'll have to see what happens there, because that's one question mark laying over David Price. Is he really good, but then if he gets caught, he crumbles? How is he going to react? And that's going to be what we're going to have to wait and see. That's not something I can predict. It's something that has to naturally occur. And if it occurs, if he gets tagged, like in this fight with John McDermott, we have to see how he reacts, what his chin's like, and that'll come over time. We'll find all that out, I'm sure. Big factor in this fight. It's the British heavyweight title final eliminator. The current British heavyweight champion is Tyson Fury. If I was Tyson Fury, I would be ever so slightly concerned, because if he's going to hang on to that British title, sooner or later there's going to be a push for him to fight David Price. Right as of now, I think David Price beats him. I think Tyson Fury has tremendous heart. He gets knocked down, he gets back up and wins the fight. He always finds a way to win. But I also think that David Price is far more technically gifted than him. I think he moves better, he's more coordinated. I think he has power to stop pretty much any guy. And I think that, I don't know if that fight's going to happen, to be honest. I think maybe Tyson Fury will try and move on before that comes about. Maybe he will, relinquish the title, or in some way find some loophole to get out of this. And maybe they'll want to meet later down the line. I'm not sure, but that would be a great fight to be made. That would be a very, very exciting British heavyweight fight. What can John McDermott do against David Price in this one? David Price is physically at a great advantage. He's taller by a considerable amount. He has much better reach. He's better skill set. Well, for me, the best chance McDermott has is he has to try and get inside that jab and just keep it tight. He has to get inside. He wants this on the inside all day. He's not going to be able to reach Price from the outside. Price is just going to jab him all night, and set him up with the jab for those right hands that come through like bombs, which is what I think will happen. I think McDermott's going to get stopped eventually. McDermott's quite tough, maybe middle to late rounds, but Fury stopped McDermott, and I think Price can do the same. The thing is, I think John McDermott wants to rush to the inside. He wants to get on the inside and really try and rough David Price up. He needs to not give David Price his space. He needs to get him out of his comfort zone. He needs to play like a classic inside fighting game, because on the outside I don't see him touching David Price the way it is with Price's physical attributes and the skills he possesses. Maybe I'm getting too excited about David Price, but I really do think he's the real deal. I think he is going to win a world title, and I think he's the best British prospect we have. And I'm a couple of more. I'm probably 2 or 3 more fights away from really, thinking being fully convinced by him. Like, this guy could go for a heavyweight title. I need 2 or 3 more fights against quality opposition, and good performances and good convincing victories for me to see, you know, yeah, my thoughts are true. He is what I think he is. So I'm going to leave it there because I'm going on very long about this. But I just wanted to let you guys know, particularly if you're in the US or something, that we have a potentially a great heavyweight in David Price. I really do think that, and I don't often say this about, you know, fighters, but I really am quite high on him. I think he's one to watch. So keep an eye out for David Price. I think he beats John McDermott by stoppage. You know, McDermott's a tough guy, and I'm hoping he's gonna, you know, as he always does, make a good fight out of it. But I think mid to late stoppage for David Price. Could be earlier because he has that type of power. But yeah, check the fight out, guys. It really is, you know, these guys are the type of guys you need to sort of latch onto early now, you know, and not later on when they're making it big, to the big time. So also David Price he said he wants to be the first guy from Liverpool, heavyweight from Liverpool, to win the British heavyweight title. It's never been done, which is rather shocking. But he's motivated by that. He wants to become the British, you know, and Commonwealth heavyweight champions, so to speak. So yeah, thanks for watching as always. Please let me know what you guys think about David Price. You know, not everyone's going to agree with me, obviously. A few guys are probably going to rate, you know, other British heavyweights above him at the moment. He's only had 11 fights, so you know. But I really do think I've seen enough of him to think, compared to the other guys, he's currently, I would say, he's better. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. I'm really interested to hear that. So please let me know what you guys think on David Price. What do you think is going to happen in this fight? And you know, the whole UK heavyweight scene is quite strong at the moment, I think. So give me your thoughts on it, please. Thanks for watching as always. This is Boxbread, and